In today's video, we are looking at a request from Godzilla5742, and he wanted to know my top 10 favorite bands of all time. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm a huge rock fan, and more specifically, I love some of the more heavier stuff, heavy metal, all that good stuff. There are so many bands that I could put on this list, so it was extremely hard to narrow it down to just 10. But these are the 10 bands that, to me, had the most influence on me, and I still can listen to this day. So let's get into the list. Starting at number 10, we got Skillet. This band has been such a huge inspiration and honestly therapeutic to me over the years. These guys have been around for a while and they are one of the most popular bands out there. What I really like about them is their huge Christian side. I wouldn't classify them as only a Christian band per se, but they do have a heavy Christian overtone in their music, and the frontman John Cooper talks about faith all the time. The music often tackles dark themes like depression, suicide, loss, and anger, but it's always uplifting and gives hope at the end of the day. And of course, the music is just awesome. My favorite album from them is Comatose. Number 9, we have Shinedown. Shinedown is a band that is like no other. The way they tackle subjects and the feel-good vibes they give off are just pure good times. The singer is amazing, and I was lucky enough to see them live a couple years ago. They give off such an energy, and they also tackle subjects that can be incredibly therapeutic to someone going through a hard time. My favorite album from them would have to be The Sound of Madness. At number 8, we have Tetrarch. I believe that's how you pronounce their name. Now, this band has been around actually for a few years, but I first heard them when they were just new to the scene. But these guys are hard and brutal. They definitely take inspiration from new metal bands like Slipknot and Korn. Super brutal, loud drums, fast beats, and amazing guitar riffs and vocals. There's a reason these guys are in my top 10. And as of making this recording, they have released their third album, and it is superb. But I do prefer their first album, Freak. And if you just want to listen to something with an intense, angry feel to it, that's the one. Number 7 is Red. So let's take Skillet and make them even more deep and heavier. You've got Red. These guys have been around since 2007, and holy crap, when I first heard them, my face melted right off. They have a very similar theme to Skillet, but with a much heavier sound. Lots more screaming to emphasize emotion and truly inspiring lyrics in their music. Also, similar to Skillet, these guys aren't explicitly a Christian band, but they definitely have those themes if you look closely. I've seen these guys twice live, and it's always an amazing show. My favorite album from them is their third outing called Until We Have Faces. Number 6 is Terror Universal. I love myself some theatrics in bands, and one of my favorite things is masked bands. Terror Universal is like a mix of Slipknot and Mushroomhead. These guys have been around since 2018, I believe, with only one album under their belt, but it's an amazing record. The cool thing about this band is they're formed from previous members from Soulfly, Il Nino, and A Burning Body. This is another brutal band with amazing rhythms and beats, lots of intense brutal lyrics, and well, it'll result in the face melt. Their first album is amazing, and I highly recommend Welcome to Hell. Sliding into number 5 is Breaking Benjamin. What can I say about these guys? I was introduced to this band, like a lot of people were, through the Halo 2 game and their song Blow Me Away. These guys have such a distinct sound to them, and once again, they play on deep emotional themes. The best thing about this band is the vocals from Benjamin Burnley, and how their lyrics are so brilliant and thought-provoking. My personal favorite album from them would either be a tie between We Are Not Alone or Dark Before Dawn. Number 4 is Building 429. I had to get at least one real Christian band in here. These guys have been such an inspiration to me and also has gotten me through many hard times. The best thing about this band is that even if you're not religious or spiritual, you can still get something out of their lyrics and message. Positivity all around with this band. And my favorite album from them is hands down the Iris to Iris album. Number 3 is Five Finger Death Punch. I don't care what the so-called metal experts say about this band, these guys always get my blood pumping. The energy is always cranked up and their music is just cathartic. The best thing is, not only does this band have heavy hitters, they also have some really deep emotional songs that hit home a lot. I've seen them live once and it was such a blast. The album that's my favorite is the album called F8. These next guys need no introduction, and probably one of the most influential modern nu metal bands ever. Coming in at number 2, I am of course talking about the horrifying, dark, disturbing Slipknot. Oh my, this band. There isn't anything I can say that hasn't been said before. These guys are just so intense and amazing. The percussion, the masks, the music, the themes and messages, it's all so brilliant. I remember the first time seeing these guys live a couple years ago, and it was a hell of a night. And even though they're not as popular or as interesting as they used to be, I still love these guys. And my favorite album from them is We Are Not Your Kind. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, my absolute favorite band. Nothing comes close to these guys and how much I love them. Coming in at number 1 is Lordi. Come on, I mean, you guys probably saw that coming. Coming all the way from Finland, Lordi is a masked-wearing, classic rock-sounding, amazing band. These guys take elements from classic rock like Kiss, Alice Cooper, and Twisted Sister and give them a horror-themed makeover. Well, even more horror-themed. And I've been a fan of these guys ever since 2007 and have followed them ever since. I've seen them live twice, both being events that I will never forget. It's horror and rock and roll and what's not to like. By far the best album in my opinion is the Apocalypse. Well, that's it, my top 10 favorite bands. Once again, this list was incredibly hard to narrow down, but there are so many other bands I could have put on this list that I like. And I want to thank Godzilla5742 for the request. And now I want to hear from you. What did you think of my list? Do we share any favorites? More importantly, what are your top 10 bands? Let me know in the comments below, I would love to read them. And that's it for me guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay big G fans.